Cynthia Nivyoandi, and you're watching the African News Network. Today, we bring you a significant victory for former President Donald Trump as the Supreme Court delivers a landmark decision that grants him a crucial edge in his fight against what he describes as politically motivated prosecution related to the 2020 election. What does this monumental ruling mean for Trump's criminal cases? We'll explore this pivotal decision, its historical context, and its impact on the upcoming elections. The case originates from federal charges filed against Trump in August of 2023, accusing him of 4 felonies linked to his unwavering efforts to challenge the questionable 2020 election results. These charges are based on allegations that Trump claimed widespread electoral fraud and sought to uphold the integrity of the election by blocking the certification of the results on January 6, 2021. Trump has consistently described the prosecution as a politically motivated witch hunt and has sought to delay the trial until after the 2024 presidential election. Trump's defense has been anchored in the argument that presidents should be immune from criminal liability for actions taken while in office, a stance initially rejected by 2 lower courts, prompting an appeal to the Supreme Court. So, how did the Supreme Court rule on Trump's claim of presidential immunity? In a decisive 43-page opinion authored by Chief Justice John Roberts, the Supreme Court ruled that presidents possess absolute immunity for actions that fall within their core constitutional powers. This decision, supported by the court's 6-3 conservative majority, highlights specific examples from the federal prosecution that are now inadmissible. The ruling protects Trump from prosecution for his justified interactions with Department of Justice officials concerning investigations into the 2020 election and his appropriate measures to ensure compliance with his post-election strategy. According to the ruling, Trump's threatened removal of the acting attorney general involves conclusive and preclusive presidential authority, granting him absolute immunity from prosecution for the alleged conduct involving his discussions with Justice Department officials. What are the limits to presidential immunity, and how clear are they? While the ruling provides absolute immunity for actions tied to core constitutional powers, it offers only presumptive immunity for official actions, leaving some room for interpretation. The court explicitly states that presidents are not immune from prosecution for unofficial actions. However, the exact boundaries of these unofficial actions remain vague. Chief Justice Roberts specified that activities such as interactions with Justice Department officials are within the executive branch's core powers, but the court did not decide whether actions like Trump's efforts to engage state officials or his involvement in the fake electors plot are prosecutable. Furthermore, what does this ruling mean for Trump's various criminal cases? The ruling has immediate developments for Trump's various criminal cases. In New York, Judge Juan Merchan delayed Trump's sentencing in the hush money trial to September 18th, citing the Supreme Court's immunity ruling. Similarly, the federal prosecution will be paused until Judge Chutkan evaluates the evidence to distinguish between official and unofficial activities. This delay is likely to push any verdict beyond the November election. To help us understand the broader impact of this ruling, we pose several key questions. How does this ruling compare to past decisions on presidential immunity, and what precedents have been set? Historically, the concept of presidential immunity has been contentious. In 1974, the Supreme Court in United States versus Nixon ruled that President Nixon had to comply with the subpoena for the Watergate tapes, establishing that the president is not above the law. However, in Nixon versus Fitzgerald in 1982, the court ruled that a president is entitled to absolute immunity from civil suits for damages related to official acts. This latest ruling extends that immunity to criminal prosecutions, a significant expansion of presidential protection. Turning to legal experts, how do they interpret the implications of this ruling for executive power and accountability? Legal scholars are divided. Some argue that the ruling upholds the principle of separation of powers, ensuring that the executive branch can operate without interference from the judiciary. Others contend that it sets a risky precedent, effectively placing the president above the law for actions taken while in office. Now, what does all this mean for the upcoming presidential election, and how might it influence voters' perceptions? This ruling is a major triumph for Trump and could significantly impact the 2024 presidential election. Trump's supporters will see this decision as a clear vindication, proving that he has been unfairly targeted and is now protected from baseless attacks. This victory is likely to galvanize his base, strengthen their resolve, and attract undecided voters who value fairness and justice. Additionally, the delay in legal proceedings ensures that any verdict or sentencing will be postponed until after the election, allowing voters to make their decision with the confidence that Trump's presidential immunity remains secure. Stay connected with us here on the African News Network, on our website, mobile app, and social media platforms for the latest news and updates. I'm Cynthia Nivyandi. Thank you for watching.